I love that song. Love it, love it, love it.
Woo!
Hey guys, this is our training call, but we're also going to do a really quick presentation. So welcome everybody to the call. Uh-oh, a little fuzzy there. Welcome everybody. Go ahead. Somebody was jamming back there. Go ahead, unmute for me. State your name. Let me know where you're calling in from, please.
Janine from Maryland.
All right, welcome.
Hassani Stephen Gargano, Fresno, California.
All right, welcome, welcome.
Desiree from Philly.
All right, Miss Desiree, welcome to the call.
Marche Powder Springs.
All right.
VYB real attorney, about to see your ad.
All right, hold on one second. I knew we had a person singing back there that didn't belong. Hold on one quick second. You guys know how we do. So I'm going to turn off the chat for just a second. So welcome everybody to the call. Let me make a couple of you guys co-host so that you can remove a couple folks. So again, hey guys, we are super excited about the call tonight. We have a call later on tonight. So if you're inside of our Telegram, you can get that call info. And then give me a second. We have a couple trolls on the call, so I got to get them off. All right. There we go. All right. Welcome everybody to the call. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Tracy, can you unmute? Are you out there, sir? I did just make you co-host. All right, one second. Okay, hey Desiree, are you out there?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, perfect. I made you co-host. We have a couple pesky people on this call, and they ain't gonna stop our shine.
Absolutely not.
All right, Tamika Mack, are you out there?
I am.
All right, I made you co-host. So I did keep the chat open where you guys can chat with the host. So co-host, if you do see anybody that's not supposed to be in there in the chat, can you just remove them to the waiting room for me, por favor?
Copy.
All right, well, listen, everybody, we are going to dive right in because we have just merged over. Our VYB team has just merged over into Connectiv. And for those of you guys who don't know, people can say all they want and they can say they don't like network marketing. They think it's a scam. Scam stands for still confused about money, right? I love this industry. It's the industry where now we can participate in direct sales. But here's the great thing about Connectiv. Connectiv is a publicly traded company. Their parent company is InvestView. Look it up, right? Did over $11 billion last year. And now InvestView has gobbled up iGenius. iGenius just rebranded as Connectiv. And they also bought Renew, which is a skincare company. They also bought Open Cash, which is a licensed. Everybody type licensed in the chat for me, please. So for the people who have stuff to say, my dad used to say, people who are bumping their gums about network marketing and it being a scam or whatever, what can you say now? We are now partnered with a publicly traded company, which is huge. Also, David E. Monetier's Envision You merged over into Connectiv as well, and they brought the world's best coffee. Over $3 million in sales in 3 months. So obviously somebody is loving that product. So what I want to do really quickly is I just want to take you guys through the Connectiv presentation as fast as possible. It is an overview. So I am not going to tell you everything. I'm not going to go into great depth, but you will have an opportunity to learn more. So Connectiv is just that. It's a way for us to connect together. And the main focus of this company really is on the financial markets, right? They started off with the financial markets and, hold on one second. Let me go back to my slide. I'm already on slide way past where I'm supposed to be. All right, there we go. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can see my screen. You should be able to still communicate with the host. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So real quick, guys, this is probably going to be the fastest overview you've ever had, because I just want to make sure that each and every one of you guys have an opportunity to just kind of get a quick kind of wet your whistle a little bit about this program. Now, the focus of Connectiv is to bring financial education, wellness solutions, and lifestyle benefits together. So I think they're doing a phenomenal job at that. Their mission really is to elevate, if you guys can all type the word elevate the lives of their members. And here is the slide that will shut up the critics, right? Connectiv's headquarters is in Utah, which is kind of the network marketing capital of the world, right over here, as you can see. And then they also, in the EU, they have a physical office in the EU as well. InvestView right down here is in Pennsylvania. It is the parent company. It is a publicly traded company. So this is where you guys can feel great.
That doesn't mean anything.
This program. It's about trust. It's about transparency. It's about credibility and experience. So no one can really argue with that. Every quarter, they have to report everything they say for this particular company. So this is what is going to give us that leg up in being in this particular company. Reagan and I launched a networking company. Thousands of people came in. We still have a great number of people who just followed us into Connectiv because of that trust and transparency. They also just bought a building and a company called Renew. So they are going to be rolling out their skincare product as well. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just let you know that financial insecurity and poor health is on everybody's minds right now. Now, if you are, stable, you probably know people who are not stable when it comes to their bills, their debt. Stress is really, truly the biggest, killer of most people is like stress, which turns into sickness and disease. And I'm very grateful for this particular company because it gives us an opportunity to just have options. If you guys can all type that inside the chat for me, just type the word options. And, a lot of people are looking for an opportunity to just feel better. Now, what Connectiv does is they focus on financial education, market research, and insight. So I'm going to break that down. They also focus on innovative tools because a lot of people want to get into the financial markets, but they don't know where to start. So Connectiv has those tools that are going to give you the leg up. So I'll talk about that. And then community is so very important. What I love about network marketing is the culture that is built in these companies. I always say that, people can live without food and water, but they can't live without hope. And everybody wants to have that hope that their lives are going to get better or that their lives are going to continue to get better. So the great thing about what Connectiv is doing is they're connecting people to lifestyle benefits and also wellness solutions. So we're going to talk travel, health and wellness, and we're also going to talk about the product partnerships that Connectiv has made. So really quick disclaimer, we're not here to tell you that you're going to make a gazillion dollars. Connectiv is really truly focused on transparency, and InvestView does everything by the book. They are publicly traded. You can look it up. Connectiv is not a broker. It's not an investment advisory. The focus is on education. Now, I like to throw out the money right off the bat because when I'm listening to people, I say, okay, well, what's the price point? So anywhere from basic to pro, we're going to talk about that. And obviously you guys can see it with the pro membership, the plus and the core, the monthly is the same, but I'm going to show you guys how to get this education for free. So one of the biggest things that Connectiv is doing is they have an academy. So I've been in a lot of networking companies in my career, but the ones that really truly did the best were the educational platforms and also programs that have health and wellness products. So Connectiv has all of that. So I went from teaching high school English to really truly getting into the markets where we can learn about finances. Why? Because I don't teach it. Give me a yes or a no in the chat. How many of you guys feel like you got a great education when it comes to money when you were in school? And when I ask this question, it's usually 99% of the people say no. And if you have kids, you know that your kids are not learning anything about the financial markets in school, which I think is bizarre to me. I taught at one of the largest high schools in the nation. We were number 512 out of 28,000 schools in the United States. And do you guys know that we
I just
never
gave
taught
myself
these
multiple
kids
children.
even how to balance their checkbooks? I think it's really a disservice that we're doing in the educational system by not teaching things that we know our kids are going to need to have to know. So then they are going to rely on their parents to teach them. Well, what if their parents are not financially stable? Can you guys see? Just put a 1 in the chat if you can see the problem. But here's the blessing though. If there is a problem, you just focus on the solution, and the solution is education. So Connectiv has a comprehensive academy where there's real world money skills being taught. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, it's live streamed. So who's to say you can't have your child sitting right next to you? My kids, 18 and 23, are darn near adults now, but they're plugging in as well. So there's live stream education. There's also something called Money Flow. And Money Flow software is a point and click web-based system that is going to help you really understand debt and how to pay your bills down faster. We all need that. Now, on the trading side, ladies and gentlemen, when you go pro, they have a trading journal. So here's the most important thing. If you decide to get into the markets, you want to trade like the professionals. Here's what the professionals are not doing. They're not just jumping into these markets with their real money and hoping and praying that something great happens. Number one, they're getting educated. So here's what Connectiv will do for you. It is going to speed up your education. Instead of going to YouTube and trying to follow every Tom, Dick, and Harry, right? You really can learn from experienced traders. I was talking to Chad the other day. He's the president, and he said, listen, they do an evaluation of their educators. They watch every video they put out. They are on it, right? They're doing evaluations every 60 to 90 days just to make sure that the education that they're putting out is on point. And you guys have an opportunity to have a trading calendar to learn about technical analysis and news. You should never trade when there's news going on. And as you guys know right now, there's a lot of stuff going on in the news that you need to be aware of if you're going to get into the financial markets. Now, one thing that I love is the fact that they have trade alerts. Basically, what a trade alert is kind of like a signal, but don't use that word, right? It is an alert. It says, hey, we are looking at gold or we're looking at USD and we're looking at the euro. We're looking at the markets right now, and based on our knowledge, we believe that there might be a trade that's coming up where we can get in, and they give an entry, a stop loss, take profit 1, 2, and 3. You're going to understand what all of those things mean when you get into the markets. But here is what they don't do. They're not saying, hey, take this trade, because that is, can't do
illegal,
that, right? What they're saying is, hey, this is what we're looking at right now. And based on our expertise, like, this is what we think. They're not giving you advice, but what I love about trade alerts is it allows you to take your education to the next level and actually start to apply and potentially earn. Now, again, just for the people in the back, right? Just in case we have some people on here who are like, oh, here we go again. Because they're a publicly traded company, everything
that doesn't mean anything.
Transparent. I have never, ever seen a company post all of their results, the wins and the losses. And if anybody tells you that they don't lose in trading, run the other direction, because I've been in the trading space now since 2000.
You have to do that legally.
Let me see. 2015, really got serious 2017, got even more serious 2018 to about 2020 now, right? Because the great thing is that you want transparency. So they're going to give it to you. Also, what I love about this company is if you have a pro membership, it pays for itself, ladies and gentlemen. They have scanners. You can unlock the market momentum with powerful scanners. Basically, what a scanner is it's telling you like, hey, this is what the market is giving us right now. So you have an opportunity to just go into your own trading platform. Nobody's trading your money for you, and literally punch in some numbers and get into these trades. They're going to tell you what the stop losses are. The stop loss is designed to really, truly be a risk management tool. So I absolutely love the foreign exchange market because it's the largest market on the planet. It is bigger than the than the stock market, but they do stocks as well too. Not only that, when people start making money, they want to travel. So shout out to Desiree and her husband who's getting ready to take a trip. I get it, me too. But this company actually has travel exclusive savings, ladies and gentlemen. They have getaways. So when you pay your membership and you're active for a whole year, they're going to give you another trip.
Oh, getaways.
Right? So I think that this company is nailing it. I do want to tell you about C-Force, and C-Force is available for pro members. C-Force is no software licensing, no profit sharing, no performance fees. You maintain full custody of your funds, and C-Force is an exclusive crypto trading strategy. It's only available to pro members. And here's the great thing. It's kind of your set it and forget it. So the strategy is managed by SEC registered investment advisor Blue Square Wealth with trade exclusive powered by 3 commas. What does that mean to all of you guys? It just means that if you want to get into crypto trading, I would suggest that you not do it by yourself. Crypto moves too fast. Put a 2 in the chat if you guys just watched Bitcoin go from 100,000+ and the Epstein files came out, and boom, it's dropped down to 60 something thousand, or might be less by now. But I want you guys to understand that even when the market's going up and down, people can still make income. So you're going to be able to learn that. Here's what Connectiv wants you to understand. Investing is a skill. Everybody type skill in the chat for me, please. Investing is a skill. It's not a shortcut. If it's the number one money market on the planet and people are trading, there's $7 trillion traded daily in the market. It would be in your best interest to learn before you jump into the market. So that is what Connectiv does. It's going to help you to learn. Now, if you were to try to do all of these services by yourself, you're going to spend a pretty penny, right? Anywhere from $400 to $800 or more a month trying to get everything that Connectiv is rolling into one membership. And for some of you guys, listen, get in where you fit in. Basic, Core, Plus, and Pro. I'm going to talk about the Pro. Pro is going to give you all the markets. So when you get your sponsors link, it's going to ask you where you want to get in. At least get in at Core. It's going to give you 2 markets. It may say Forex or crypto or indices or futures, and you get to pick your 2 markets. With Plus and Pro, you get to pick more markets. With Pro, you get all the markets. So you don't have to choose. Now you can be inside of each one of the channels and get alerts on all the markets. Somebody just type all in the chat. Not only that, you get money flow, you get all the trading tools, you get the scanners, the alerts, you get the getaways. So as you guys can see, obviously, when you invest in your education and inside of Connectiv, it's going to unlock everything for you. But listen, get in where you fit in. You can always upgrade later on and pay the difference. Now, I do want to say this. They do have some other services that are huge. They have a digital learning platform where you can learn about AI, finance, Airbnb, and Toro. Also, Smart Finance. Now, when you get one of the Core and above memberships, Smart Finance membership is lower. And I was blown away. You get Legal Pro, Biz Pro. You get the ability to start to tap into all of the economic markets, the well-being markets.
Oh, they're massive.
And I was out in Houston. They spent 45 minutes on Smart Finance alone. So I can't wait for you guys to learn more about it. Last but not least that I'm going to talk about on the services side.
Oh, here's the coffee, of course.
David Imonitier brought his coffee over. Inside of his company, he went from $50 million in sales in 3 years to now merging over into Connectiv, and he brought the coffee. I would say by far, guys, this is the world's best healthy coffee. You can put the health back in the habit. It's got collagen in it. It has no GMO, gluten-free, sugar-free, nut-free, dairy-free, but it tastes like a latte. I stopped drinking coffee for over a year just because of the negative effects of the caffeine. Everything is natural over here. So if you have not drank the coffee, I'm telling you, once you do, you are going to do 1 to 3 cups a day. And here's the great thing. It is a superfood coffee. I do want to tell you guys this. Rise coffee was made in someone's apartment and then in the garage, right? Put a 3 in the chat if you guys had heard of Rise coffee. You probably had seen it all over the internet. Do you guys know that they did $300 million in sales last year, 2025? 300 million. And you know how they sold that coffee? On TikTok. Literally, all of these young people were selling. They're basically your modern day network marketers. They got on there and they had affiliate links and they sold the coffee. $300 million worth of coffee in 2025. By far, guys, no knock on Rise Coffee. Wow. It is not my favorite. Kind of made me all bloated and everything. I just, I couldn't do it. I tried and I will drink anything if it's healthy. I just could not do it. And I'm telling you right now, guys, I've gone through almost 2 boxes. There's 20 sachets in each box. By far, the best coffee. Vitamin A and B, B12, B6, B3. Magnesium is really important, guys, for cramping, right? So as you start to really, truly deplete the minerals in your body is going to cramp. Right? It's got everything in it that you need. Sorry, I just had to spend a moment. You can actually come in with a digital membership, or you can come in with the coffee as well. So I do want to tell you guys that I'm so super excited. There's a lot of testimonies going on. If you decide to share Connectiv with the world, just make sure you add disclaimers. I'm going to show you in just a second. Add disclaimers because this company is publicly traded. And really quickly, just to talk about the referral program. By far, they have set up a very simple plan for you guys to not only make some right-away cash, but also to get your membership for free. So if you guys can just put free in the chat, we're going to talk about that. The referral program is this simple. On the basic membership, it's $199.99 a month. On the core, $299 plus $599, Pro $14.99, but the monthly is the same for these 3. Now, if you guys want to jump in with Anthony, he is the top educator, top earner, has made upwards to $20 million, not making income claims. It is what it is. Inside of this company, he's 30 years old. He has been inside of this company since he was 19. In this one company that's been around for 13 years. They just rebranded last week, but they've been around for 13 years, ladies and gentlemen. The monthly is the same. Every single time that you refer someone with their first enrollment, you're going to earn anywhere from $35 all the way to $200 in fast start income. You're also going to see BV here. That is the binary volume. Basically, what this means is they're going to take 100 points or dollars or 150, 300, and 1,000 and put it back into the referral program. This is going to allow you guys to be able to make extra income if you decide to build a team. Someone go ahead and put residual in the chat. Every single time that someone renews their membership, the company is going to give you a $25 residual bonus. Easy peasy. Now, somebody typed 750 in the chat. They have some bonus plans. It's called the Fast Track. Shout out to Malvina. Shout out to Taz, to Coach Jassandra. Shout out to Reagan. And there's a lot more. I could go on and on and on. If you got that Fast Track bonus, it is $750 when you enroll 4 or more core members in your first 30 days. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I am going to do a quick training for you guys, but the goal should be to get that $750. When your 4 people stay active, you get a membership credit, which means you do not pay that $179 a month. I think that is brilliant, right? You always in a company want to make sure that you are putting together a plan that has the right behavior. How many of you guys put a 4 in the chat? You know, 4 people who want to learn
Manipulating
about the
everyone
financial
nicely.
markets. Maybe want to get out of debt. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe they want to drink the world's best healthy coffee. You know people, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about just sharing. And when you have 4 customers or business partners or more with a core membership, they're not going to make you pay your membership anymore. They're going to give you $179 a month membership credit. It's huge, right? They're kind of just topping you up. Now, pro status, I'm going to talk about. I'm going to show you guys how to get to $1,000 a month in income in your first 30 days, right? The bonus table goes anywhere from $75 to $450,000 a week. So if you're looking to make this a part-time thing or a full-time thing, how many of you guys can find your part-time or full-time income if they're paying $75 to $450,000 weekly cap? Some of y'all might just be comfortable at pro status at $1,000 a month. Some of you guys might be comfortable making an extra $625 or $1,250 a week. For our team, our goal is somebody type 100. I want to help 100 people over the next 30 to 90 days get to pro status. That's $1,000 a month in income. All right. $13,000 for the year. I think it's a pretty good part-time income. And there's some other, bigger $4,000 a month locked in. We'll talk about that later, but we want to get to where we can really, truly just understand this compensation plan, but they have a lot of ways that you can earn inside of this particular company. So I want to shift gears real fast, everybody. And let's talk about how to get to this pro status.
The more you make, the less you pay.
One quick second, everybody.
Once you get into the 1%.
All right. So every Monday, we are doing a Monday and Thursday, we're doing a 1 p.m. Eastern call. Quick opportunity call. So listen, if you want to get involved, get back with the person who shared the information with you and just ask to see the video, right? We have several videos from 2 minutes to 25-minute videos that break down this entire program. Get in where you fit in. If you want to be a customer and just utilize the services, you can do that. If you would like to build a business, stick around for just a second, and we're going to show you guys how to build a solid check over here inside of Connectiv. So let me get there real quick. Give me one quick second.
Yeah, she got it with all of their money.
All right, so I want to show you guys. I posted this image. I'm going to open it up for you guys to chat for just a second.
Yep, she did. She was homeless before.
You guys should be able to chat with me personally in here. So put a 1 in the chat if you can see this blueprint that I made.
Put a 1.
And all of you leaders who want to learn how to do this, I can help you. Notebook LM is the truth, right? I'll show you guys how to do it. But the Connectiv hyper launch, here's the most important thing. We have 3 goals over here. Number 1, get that $750, refer 4 customers or partners with a core membership or higher. And in 30 days, they're going to get you that $750. Goal number 2 is when those 4 stay active, you now have a membership credit. It is going to cover your monthly membership completely. And then goal number 3 is to reach pro status. That's when you have at least 3 personals on your left and 3 personals on your right, and at least 3,000 in qualifying enrollment volume. All that means is when you bring someone in with a pro status, you get 1,000 points. So how many people would you need to bring in technically to get to 3,000 points?
Are you kidding me?
If they had a pro membership, right? 3. That's 3,000, right? But
Did
when
she
you have
seriously
3
just do
personals
that?
on your left and 3 on your right,
Wow.
you're going to be at $1,000 a month in income. It is super, super simple.
I mean, I know I'm bad at math, but
I want to play this one quick 2-minute video for you guys.
oh, can't wait.
Let me see if I
This
can
should be
pull this
great.
up. So just to kind of switch gears for just a quick second and get into the training, you can also go to my YouTube channel and I've uploaded all of these videos for you
So
guys.
why does it have an
tap
E at
in
the
that I'm
end
going
now all of a
to
sudden?
give you guys a little bit of homework, okay? All right, give me 1 second.
Okay, want to launch your business fast? This
Oh,
is your
Lord.
blueprint. Let's go. Look, this is for people who are ready to move quickly and see results right away.
We've got a proven plan here, 4 goals, and you can nail them in your first few months. All right, first things first, let's talk about getting some quick cash in your pocket.
How does a $750 bonus sound? Pretty good, right?
And yeah, you can do this fast, like in your very first month.
It's simple. Refer 4 people at core or higher, all within those first 30 days.
Okay, goal number 2 is a game changer. We're going to get your business to pay for itself.
Yep, those same 4 people mean your
Oh my God,
business
what
is
is
now
this?
running for free.
Generic MLM
No
video
cost to
ever?
you.
Now that you're in the clear, it's time to level up. Let's get you to pro status.
And this is where it gets really fun. $1,000 a month. That's $250 a week. So how do we do it? 6 enrollments, split 3 and 3, and hit that volume target. But here's the real secret to long-term success. It's all about mastering replication.
Okay, those are the goals. So what's the actual plan? Let's break it down step by step. It's just 4 steps. Build your list, find your best people, launch, and then repeat the process.
And this volume, it's your rocket fuel. Higher packages get you and your team there way faster.
Okay, pay attention, because this part is everything. It's the key to making this whole thing stick.
See, anyone can tell someone what to do. Replication is about showing them how you did it.
So, your real job, just help a few people do exactly what you did. That's how leaders are born.
Because when you do that, your teams get stable and you start looking at some serious income.
This system works because it's simple, so don't overthink it, okay? Just follow the steps.
This really says it all. Do it, show it, and you'll build an amazing team of leaders.
So, the only question left is, are you ready? Let's do this. Your hyper launch starts now.
Okay, so real quick, everybody. And here's the thing. So we had individuals
I was like, Bill Musk
knock
all
out
over
these
again.
3 steps, right? I was talking to Anthony. Anthony has made over $20 million inside of this company. It's publicly traded. I want to keep stressing that, everybody. This company is publicly traded. So it's the confidence that you can have in bringing people into this type of program. I know some of you guys have been in programs before that maybe, didn't work out the way that you wanted it to work out. But this company is really positioned themselves to be more like an Amway, to be more like a, one of those companies that's been around for 20, 30 years. 13 years, this company has been around. 13. It's not a new company. The parent company is InvestView overseeing Connectiv. So now what you have to figure out is, what do you want to really get out of this particular program? So I am going to pull up one more thing before we get out of here. Is this making sense though to everybody? Let me allow you guys to go to everyone. I'll see if there's anybody that posts negativity in the chat. Co-host, can you kick them out for me? So is this making sense though, guys? Okay, so listen, keep it simple. Don't focus on trying to get everybody to $5,000 a month. You get people to $5,000 and $10,000 a month in income by doing the basics. So I want to kind of just show you these quick basics in our training. Second.
Megan, you're basic.
So it's called the hyper launch. If you have ever been into a company, in a networking company, and you didn't have success, everybody type launch in the chat. It's because you didn't launch. And some of you guys are thinking, yeah, Megan, but I did. I went and bugged all my friends and family, and still nobody wants to join. because you probably did it once. I always say, if get your
It's
nose
your
out of the way
fault they don't
first and
want
tell
it.
your family.
You're not working hard enough.
Right? Now, my whole family is drinking the coffee. My mom's in here. She's 70 plus years young. She's excited. But I want to be, very transparent with you guys. Most people, 90-something% of them, work jobs. So when you bring them something in the form of a business,
That
it
was
may
the
not make
flex,
sense to
Megan.
them. If you bring them something in the form of like work, they're thinking, I already have so many things that I'm doing right now. I'm tired. I don't have time to be doing this particular business. So what you want to do is you want to make sure, ladies and gentlemen, you want to make sure that you're looking for the right people first. So you got to sort. Everybody just type sort in the chat. In the very beginning, I started January 23rd, but we officially have not been in this business for longer than a week. I did a call January 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. Now it's the 9th, guys. But I've already set myself up for success in some of my team members. So my question for you guys, have you really sorted, or did you just call a few people here and there? And a couple of them said no, and now you're in the dumps because you think nobody wants to do this business. I literally sat for 2 straight hours and sent a flag text message. It literally was a flag that said State of the Union, be on this call at 1 o'clock. And then I gave them the info, and I texted everybody in my phone. I don't even know who the heck I was texting. And some people that I hadn't talked to in years jumped on my call. And then guess what, guys? I did it again and again and again, because I have like 4,000 numbers in my phone. I got a whole bunch of emails. Some of you guys have called 2 and 3 people, 5 to 10 people, and you're wondering why you don't have the success that leaders do. That's because we don't get our feelings hurt. We do not. We are professional sorters. I'm looking for the go-getters. So we're looking for velocity, momentum, and replication. I'm going to talk about replication. Here's the thing, your mission and your roadmap. Complete these 4 goals inside your first 30 to 90 days. Do you guys think this is doable? Just give me a yes or a yes in the chat, right? Again, network marketing is very much, or business period is very much mindset, and it's very much a system. If you're not following a system, I don't care if you have an eyelash business.
45.
My niece
That was weird.
is in Atlanta with she does lashes, and guess what? She's making thousands of dollars a month. But guess what? She also posts on social media. She puts out videos. She's looking for clients. She's looking for referrals. It doesn't matter what business you're in. It's just that people think network marketing is a magic pill, and you call your family members one time and now everybody wants to join you. It doesn't work that way. Everybody put work in the chat. You have to put the work in network. Now, the blessing for us is, number 1, we're publicly traded. Number 2, transparency. Number 3, you got the best coffee ever, and it's one of the biggest commodities. You can find somebody who's looking for what you have. Now, we're going to focus on the fast cash and get to $750. Honestly, guys, in your first 24 to 72 hours is what you should focus on. I got to the fast cash in my first 24 minutes because I had already been launching. I'd already been telling people, listen, you got to jump on. Some will, some won't. So what next? Then you got to get to the freedom. If you have a business, the first thing you want to do in your business is to make sure that your business is taken care of. I don't have any overhead because I didn't sign up 4 people. My goal is to sign up.
No, you signed up all of 5, Megan.
Just in case some of them fall off, right? But you need 4, and your membership is paid for. And then at pro status, you want to get to 1,000 a month. Booyah, knocked it out, ladies and gentlemen, in my first 24 hours, pro status. So I know you guys can do it. And then replication is better than duplication. And I'm going to talk about that. So real quick, goal number 1, unlock the fast cash. Enroll 4 customers or partners with a core membership or higher, and they give you a whole 30 days. Somebody do the math for me real quick. What's 30 times 24 hours? Somebody do the math for me real quick. I'm not even going to get my calculator.
I can't.
30 days times 24 hours. How many?
Yeah.
How many hours
46 now.
is that total? So I want you guys to think about this. You have 720 hours to find 4 customers. If I told you guys, hey, if you go find 4 customers, I'll give you 750 right now. I'll give you 1,000 right now. 2,000. You just have to think, how bad do you really want it? And some people are thinking, well, $750 isn't that much money. It's not, but it's a start to your business. So how do I do it? I'm going to show you guys, but that's goal number 1 that you want to get checked off. That's all you should be focused on. Don't focus on 1,000 a month. Please don't focus on 5,000 a month. People ask me, how did I get to 100 grand a month at one point in my business? You have to start somewhere. And this is that somewhere, right? So goal number 1, 4 customers at core and above in 30 days, $750. Goal number 2 will take care of itself. It's going to eliminate your overhead in your business. So now guess what? You get to go to classes. You get to tap in with the trade alerts. If you get to tap into all the education and you don't pay anything. So you maintain 4 active core members or higher who are paying $179 a month, and they will waive and give you a credit on your membership. So now, ladies and gentlemen, somebody put profit in the chat. We are all profit at this point. Okay. We are all profit at this point. Malvina, I got you. When I get off of here, I'm actually going to record this PowerPoint right here and do it in like 5 minutes for you guys, because this one is live. And most people, you guys have to know, most people are either busy or lazy. They're either busy or lazy. They want the bucks, but some people are too busy to focus on getting to residual money. And so they're not going to watch this long hour training. So I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to record this again in less than 5 minutes.
Oh my God, we've almost been here for an hour.
In the chat if you're feeling me. You could do the same thing though. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. All right. So goal number 2 is get your membership credit. Shout out to Malvina. Malvina has been signing up people left and right. I think 6 now. And she knocked out her $750 and she's talking to everybody. She knocked out her membership credit and now she's on track to knock out pro status. So pro status is simple, guys. 3 on your left, 3 on your right, with a total of 3,000 in qualifying enrollment volume. All qualifying enrollment volume is anybody you've personally signed up and anybody they've personally signed up and anybody they've personally signed up, all the way to infinity is QEV. Put a 1 in the chat. QEV is not spillover. Does spillover help you in make extra income? Yes, it does. But to hit your ranks, you have to get the party started. You got to start with your personals and then duplicate that, right? Goal number 4 is now going to be about replication instead of duplication. Duplication means, like, you've heard it a lot, but replication is illegal, showing them how to do it. Everybody type show in the chat. I'm almost done, ladies and gentlemen. Type show. I can tell you guys how to do it, which I have been from any of you guys who have been with me forever. I'm constantly telling you to launch your business, but I also show you guys how to do it. Literally just get your list together. If you helped 5 to 7 people get to pro status, this is
that's a good
potentially going to create you a 6-figure income, $10,000 a month. Does that sound good, everybody? So listen, choose your fuel level.
Legal income
higher tiers is bigger volume. So if someone chooses a core 150 binary volume, BV, goes into your downline, right?
Yes,
Plus is
actually,
300,
Joe,
pro is 1,000. It's going to help you to speed up hitting these ranks, right? So step number 1, here's how you hyper launch. How many of you guys can sit for 3 minutes and make a list? I want you to turn on a song. Just put me in the chat if you can do it. And if you have not done this yet, It's why you may be struggling in network marketing.
We've talked about how they tell you
Don't
to
be
do
hard-headed. My mentor told me I was
The list
hard-headed
of
because I
100
put 10
names.
people on my list and 2 people showed up. And he was like, you don't listen. He said, yeah, you either can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't do both. And it kind of hurt my feelings back in 2015, literally, guys, because I was scared. I was living in this 2-bedroom apartment that I hated. I downsized to this apartment. I didn't even unpack. I didn't even let my kids unpack in that apartment because I'm like, I'm not staying here very long. Seriously. And I want it to be uncomfortable, right? So I want you guys to understand, if you want to go to the next level in network marketing, it's so simple, but people make it challenging. You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Who cares what people think? If they say no to you guys, they say no. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I just put it all on a piece of paper. I start to use Google Forms, but you don't have to be fancy. I have 309 people on a Google form, and I still have 200 more people to call. And I've already knocked out my first 3 goals. I'm almost at 20,000 in volume right now. I just needed 3,000 in volume. Can you guys understand what I'm saying? If I can get you guys to stop just hearing me and to actually do what I'm telling you to do, and stop caring what people think. Do they pay your bills? No. Oh, network marketing is a scam. Great. Scam stands for still confused about money. Why are all these networkers making so much money? Do you guys know that all the young people are on TikTok right now? They're network marketers. They're just better at it. You know why? Because they will get on social media and they will not even have their wig on and be authentically themselves and tell you guys how this product helped with their whatever issue they're having. And guess what? They know that it's going to take somebody watching something 10 to 15 times, and then they're going to go buy something. Just put a me in the chat if you bought something online based on a video that you watched. Just put a me in the chat and be honest. You bought a shirt, you bought a tie, you bought a pair of shoes, you bought that nasty tasting sock water rise coffee because that's what it tastes like. But I can't even knock them because they got all these young people to sell Rise Coffee $300 million later. Wake up,
really hates
ladies
that
and gentlemen.
coffee,
I'm sorry. You got to wake up. While we're all sitting around afraid to talk to people and, well, network marketing, stop talking about network marketing and just do what the youngins are showing you how to do, right? Sanai is going to show us, if you're a part of our VYB family, on Thursday, she had to miss her class because we were on. She's going to show you guys how to do CapCut and make a freaking video online and post it. Do you guys know that nobody's posting about this coffee on TikTok right now? Do you know that they sold $3 million in 3 months and nobody's posting about it online? Ladies and gentlemen, come on. Make your 50 to 100 names. Look for coffee drinkers. Look for financial enthusiasts. Look for growth seekers. Look for go-getters, right? Look for the go-getters. Step number 2 is circle your power group. Oh my God, you want to hit your top 10 to 15 people first. That's why I went to Tracy. I asked Vic. I went to Malvina. I went to Coach Jay. I went to Desiree. I went to Tamika Mack. Guys, listen, I went to the people that I know are go-getters first. Stop going to people who you know are like, oh, I don't know. You got 1 minute with those people. Listen, I'm doing a call tonight at 8:00. I want to introduce you to something powerful. Just get on. Well, what is it? I mean, is it one of those pyramid things? How much is it going to cost? It costs you nothing to get on a phone call. I got to go. I'm going to send you over the link. Click, because you know that person's probably not going to join anyway. But guess what? They're going to talk about you when you start making money. Free advertisement. I just got to be real, right? I'm not the owner anymore, so I can say whatever I want. Put a 1 in the chat.
Oh, you're not?
Listen. Some will, some won't. So what? Next, go get your team. I went and got Jantuan. We flew out to Houston, guys. These people got on a plane and flew to Houston And we listen to the event, and listen to this. David is going to be on, write this down, guys, Wednesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're doing another blitz Wednesday and Thursday. And David said, listen, figure out who your top leaders are, and I will come to their city and do an event. He wants to do it in the next 30 days. So my goal is to figure out how many of you guys are going to call me on the phone and say, hey, I'm ready to hyper launch. Because that's what this is, right?
Once you do the phone call, you can't get a
circle
refund.
your top 10 to 15
Don't
that you
do
hit
it.
first, that you know are not going to give you any lip or back talk, and go to those people first. And then guess what? Execute the launch and loop. Imperfect action beats perfection. Listen, you cannot do this thing wrong.
I feel like we're
guys.
more in a launch
You
loop.
cannot say the right thing or the wrong thing to the right person. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. You could mess this thing up and say it all wrong, but if that person is looking for an opportunity, they're going to join you. Are you guys listening to me? Just give me a heck yes in the chat, right? Give me a heck yes. Step number 1, make your list, circle your top 10 to 15. Step number 2, do your launch. Put a 3 in the chat, guys. Not one launch call, and then you think you did something. Did I do one launch? No, I've been launching since January 23rd, since I made the decision to get into this company. I've been showing up, doing a call. I didn't even do
I'll
the
explain it all at the end of
presentation
this.
for probably a week. I've only done the presentation 3 times, and I'm not perfect at it, but guess what? The more I do it, I'm going to get better and better. Put a 2 in the chat if you guys hear what I'm saying. Stop trying to be perfect and just do the action. If you want to make some money, I could sell dog food tomorrow to you, right? And some of you guys are going to be like, I don't have a dog, but I know people who have dogs. Okay, we can sell dog food, right? If the compensation plan is right, because we are marketers. But here's what I love about this company.
Wow.
It's publicly traded. It makes me feel comfortable and confident. So make your list, circle your top 10 to 15, launch, do 3 back-to-back launch calls. I'm doing one today at 1, tonight at 8. I'm launching Desiree's business tomorrow at 8 o'clock on her Zoom link. I'm launching Tracy's doing a physical event on Friday in Tennessee. I'm going to zoom into that because I can't drive to Tennessee right now. He's doing a physical event with the coffee at a Dunkin' Donuts. What a slap in the face. Just kidding. Dunkin' Donuts has nothing on our coffee. Nothing. He's using the Dunkin' Donuts little event center in the back to promote his coffee. Right? Do what you got to do. And then guys, listen, enroll excited people at core or higher, and then replicate. Replicate means show your people how to do it. Don't tell them. Gabby's on here. I'm going to show Gabby how to launch her business. I'm not just going to say, hey, go launch your business and hopefully you do it, because she's not gonna. You got to show them how to do it. And you got to do it in 72 hours. Somebody put speed in the chat. Put speed in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Success loves speed. If you don't move quickly, your brain is going to start to malfunction a little bit, and you're going to start to overthink. Well, maybe I shouldn't do this business. Well, I don't know if people are going to want to join. The reason why people are successful is because of their mindset. The reason why people are unsuccessful is because of their mindset. I stopped caring what people thought a long time ago who don't pay my bills, who are not supporting my family, who, when my dad passed away, nobody said, hey, listen, can I help you pay for the funeral? Guess who had to pay for it? Me. And I'm just being real with you guys. Put a 1 in the chat if it's okay, if I'm super transparent. I believe network marketing has the ability to change your life if you put in the work and you replicate what leaders do. Life is going to life, but when you have money, life's a little differently, right? So I want you guys to understand, do it once, show it many times. And what do I mean by do it once? Keep replicating the same thing, but you want to keep showing people how to do it over and over and over and over and over again. And when you can show 5 to 7 people how to get to pro status, You're winning at that point. So who is part of my 100? Just put 100 in the chat if you want to be part of the 100 people that I will help make $1,000 a month. Because if all of you are making $1,000 a month, guess what? And you're replicating, and now you got 5 to 7 people on your team making $1,000 a month. You're probably going to make a 6-figure yearly income, an extra $10,000 a month. Doing what though, really? Sharing coffee, sharing financial education, sharing travel.
I know,
sharing
doing
wellness.
what exactly?
Show me where that's a scam that we show people. We are basically, TikToker, the modern day network marketers are the TikTokers. Now we're going to learn how to do what they do as well, which is just share with the world, right? So real quick, guys, if you do have to go, I want to show a few of you guys how to pull people out of the holding tank. So if you can give me 3 minutes, because I know there's a few of you guys out there that are like, I'm signing people up. They're stuck in the holding tank. I need to get those people out. So how many of you guys are excited though? Did this help you? And I have a gazillion videos that I've been uploading. I'm going to show you guys on YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube channel, and all of you guys can have a YouTube channel. I have 21,000 subscribers. I built it from scratch. You know how I built it? I just kept making videos.
Oh, very
And
good.
if you scroll down, you're going to see I've made a gazillion videos because I want to get my businesses out there, right? So if you guys go to Megan Lynch, I've made a video on how to achieve pro status. I've made one on the blueprint. You see all these little Notebook LM videos. You can share the 1-minute video that the company has. I uploaded it to my YouTube channel, right? And then also I uploaded the 25-minute to my YouTube channel. Now, why did I do that? Because I want to send out my own YouTube channel, because one time I shared a video 500,000 times from somebody else's YouTube channel.
Wow.
I could have made income on that, right? So upload the stuff to your own channel if you want and share your own channel so people are going to your YouTube channel. Just the kind of trick of the trade.
Yeah,
and then also, guys, go to Notebook LM and learn how to use Notebook LM. Because if you guys look on here, I just put a script on Notebook LM. I clicked add source, copy text, and I uploaded a script on here. And then I just clicked make me a video, right?
Wow.
I just clicked brief, make it whiteboard, generate me a video.
Oh, I hate it.
And it's going to take all of my sources and it's going to generate these videos. So as you guys can see, like I've been making back-to-back videos. Okay.
Okay. Real secret to long-term success. It's all about mastering
Easy peasy. Okay. All right. So let me switch gears real fast and let me pull a couple of you guys out of the holding tank.
More slop on YouTube. That's what we need.
All right. One quick second. I probably need about 3 minutes to show you guys how to do this. And I am going to log into, let's see, I'm going to log into Vic's account, and then I'm going to log into Malvina. If that's okay, put a 1 in the chat.
What?
Okay, hold on 1 second.
What is she doing? We have jobs, lady. We don't have time for this.
All right. All right. I'm going to turn my video off for just a second.
Okay.
And then I actually have to get on another call real fast. So, all right, Vic, I am going to show you how to pull your person out. So if you guys can kind of pay attention to this.
What? To your black screen? I'm paying close attention to it. Not much is happening, Megan. Maybe I need to pay closer attention. How to get out of the holding tank? How to break out?
Guys, 1 quick second. If you do have a question, you can throw it in the chat right now because I will have to hop off right away after I show you guys how to do this.
Oh, Megan. So this is fun. Just sitting here, you know.
All right.
For her. Hello?
I'm figuring it out. Okay, so when you log into your back office, everybody, you are going to see at the very top, it's going to say member, and that's where all of your education is. Depending on which membership you have, you will have access. And then,
all right.
And then when you come over here to business, right, this is where your business center is. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click my business and I'm going to click placement manager. And when you click placement manager, you want to make sure that you change this part right here. See at the bottom, it says minor volume team. Change that to holding tank. Technically, people can stay in the holding tank for 5 days. You should never let them stay in there longer than 48 hours. Because if you do, they're going to potentially miss spillover.
Because
so
they have
change
to go
this
see
to
the
holding
court.
tank. And once you change it to holding tank,
and then 48
you're going
hours,
to
else
then
it's
go
illegal.
to genealogy binary tree view. Now, as you can see, Vic is just getting started, but he already has 20 people in his left leg. Why? Because this is spillover. These are people that are falling from the above sky.
Why are they all going on the left?
And you have Malvina here who's killing the game, and I got to place her people next. So if I were you guys, this is just a suggestion. When you have to enroll your first person, you see Gabby is right here. I would put my first person on the power leg. How do you know what the power leg is? It's the leg that's growing without you. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense, everybody. It's the leg that is growing without you.
Go see a doctor.
Sorry. So here's the tricky part. Now he can place Gabby over here on this right side. This is where he needs to start a power leg. He's got to get it going. I don't ever place my first person on the side that I have to get going because I want Gabby to be happy, right? She signed up with me first. I want to make sure that she has the potential to catch some spillover. Now, she's going to have to sign up her own people for that QEV, qualifying enrollment volume, because that is from her personals on. That's how you rank up. The spillover will count to some money as well. So she wants to get in there quickly. So Vic, this is how you do it, right? What you want to do is you're going to want to scroll all the way down to the far outside leg. Never, ever, ever place anybody on the inside. This is Malvina right here, this purple person.
On the pain.
She has her own power leg starting. Do not place anybody over here. That is her job, right? This is the power leg that we're all building on. And guess what? If people want to get to pro status, they have to at least add 3 people to the power leg. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this person and I'm going to wiggle my way all the way down to the bottom, right? I'm far outside left of Vic's leg, way down to the bottom. Look, I got to keep going, right? And this person right here is about to get some spillover. Who is that? Dale Robinson. So now what I want to do is I want to highlight Dale's ID number and I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to come all the way up here and I'm going to click Gabby. She's in the holding tank, I guess. She's right here. So I'm going to click Gabby and don't touch this top part. Vic, this is your ID number and it says that you are Gabby's sponsor. Don't touch this top part. That if you change that, then you're going to change Gabby's sponsorship to somebody else. Put a 2 in the chat if that makes sense. Guys. Do not touch this top part. You just want to place Gabby underneath the person at the very bottom of the far left side. And check, double check, because if you place somebody wrong, they're going to be stuck there. So I'm going to put Dale's ID number right here, and then I'm going to change to Dale's far left side. If you put Gabby on Dale's right side, you're going to be building on the inside leg of Dale. You don't want that. Far left, and I'm going to click place. Now watch what happens. I can scroll all the way back down here if I wanted, or I could just put Gabby's ID number in, but I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to scroll all the way down, all the way down, all the way down to the bottom. And then here, I'm going to click this button, and that's where Gabby is, right? If I wanted to place somebody under Gabby, Vic, you would highlight Gabby's ID number. And if there was somebody in the holding tank, you would place that person far left in Gabby's leg. Put a 2 in the chat if that makes sense. Or 3, put a 3 in the chat, okay? All right, I'm gonna do one more for you guys. Look, I'm gonna go all the way up to the top. Here's Dale right here. Look, I'm gonna click, that's Dale. And Gabby is on the top leg of Dale. Why is that important? Because now anything that Dale does on this side, he has to build under Gabby. That's why you guys want to put people in the power leg first, because I want Gabby to catch the spillover, because guess what's going to happen? All of these people who have yet to sign up, they're one person or 2 or 3 or 6. They have to place them at the bottom. So now if we get, do you guys understand this? If everybody just did the basics, put basics in the chat. This is what drives me bananas about network marketing. If everybody just did the freaking basics, the bare bone, I'm not even asking you to sign up 10 to 15 people. I'm saying hyper launch your business over and over and over again until you get your 3 to 6 people signed up, or 4 to 6 people. Call everybody, text everybody, email everybody, talk to anybody if in any mile radius and say, listen, I'm doing a huge launch to my business. Please don't throw up on them. You got to take them somewhere.
Don't throw up
to your launch call. And you don't need me. I promise you don't. You literally could just have everybody jump on a Zoom and you just tell them, listen, this is what I'm doing. You could go to the website, connectivglobal.com, and do a presentation from the website. That's what I did. Did you guys see me do that? Put a 1 in the chat. I didn't even use a PowerPoint, and y'all are over here. I literally just pulled up the website and scrolled through the website and told people, listen, sign up.
Megan.
We're going to get this thing popping. You don't want to get left out. I'm a professional sorter. I do not have time to be convincing folks who need money to make money with me. Does that make sense? Don't even have the time for it. So in the very beginning, you guys are looking for the go-getters. And now, as you guys can see, if everybody in this lineage just did the freaking bare basics, it's going to rain people under you, right? So let me log out. I'm going to show you guys one more time because I am definitely late for a call right now. So I'm going to go back to Connectiv. I'm going to log into Malvina's account because I'm in a lot of people's accounts, obviously, because they know I know what I'm doing. So Malvina is killing the game right now. All right, so now I'm in Malvina's back office. Notice I'm going to go to placement manager, and she has already changed it to holding tank right here. So good job, right? Now I'm going to go to genealogy, binary tree view, and then she already has some personal signed up. These are all of her people that she placed on her right side. She placed her first person, Tanja, on the left side, okay? So notice these are all her people over here. And let me click on this. She's got one. Malvina, can you unmute for me? Can you raise your hand real quick? I want to make sure I put your person in the right place. Throw your hand up, sister. Okay. Make co-host. I'm almost done, I promise, guys. Okay, so Malvina, can you unmute real quick? Can you guys give Malvina some love? Because she is doing it. And Malvina, listen, somebody told me, well, people in the Caribbean, they don't make as much money. Listen, they are killing it. All over the place, right? I don't care if it's in Africa. They just did a big event in Trinidad with hundreds of people. People are looking for opportunities. You just got to find them. So Malvina, how many people have you signed up so far?
7.
Okay, perfect. 7. And then right now, I think you have 3 people. 1, 2, on your right side. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
3 or 4.
1, 2. Let me see real quick. 1, 2, 3. I think you have 1, 2, 3.
3 right, 3 left.
Yeah, you have 3 right now.
Okay.
So, and then you only have 1 on your left, right, Tanja?
No, I signed up 7, so I'm supposed to have 7 people.
Right, but they're in the holding tank right here. So
Okay, they're all in the holding tank.
4 of them are already in. I don't know why Jacqueline Holness is showing up twice. We might have to look at that. She has 2 different emails.
Yeah, because anyway.
Okay, we'll figure out if she signed up twice. Anyways, so we need to place
Oh my lord.
we need to put at least 2 more
This is
people
ridiculous.
on the other side. And we're going to put 1 on your right side. So then you're going to be at 3 on the power leg over here because you have 17 people over here already. So you guys, once you have a lot of people on one side, get your 3 over there because you need 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and then 3,000 in total volume. So you're probably going to hit pro status today, potentially, depending on how much volume you have. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to, can you see this, Malvina? Which 2 people do you want on the power leg on the left side? Latrice, Don, Jacqueline. Can you unmute? You have to unmute, Malvina, because you're muted right now.
Latrice and Dawn.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here, the same thing, and I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and we should see Gabby down there. So that's why it's Gabby is on this call right now. It's why it's important to get signed up right away, because Gabby is getting ready to have 2 people fall underneath her. And those 2 people then will get their 3 to 6 people or 4 to 6, and their people will get 4 to 6 in there. Do you guys understand how fast this thing will move if you move? So let me see who this person is. This is Gabby right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight Gabby's ID number, and I'm going to pick, here's the holding tank. I'm going to pick Latrice, and I'm going to put Gabby's link right here, and I'm going to say far left. Okay. And then I'm going to place. Then I'm going to go back down here to the bottom. There's an easier way to do it. I could just say bottom left. See, I can click bottom left. And let's see who this person is. That is Latrice. Now, who's going underneath Latrice?
3 minutes.
Don or Jacqueline? Malvina, you're muted.
Dawn.
Okay, so now I'm going to click Dawn. I'm going to
This
click
is painful.
Latrice's ID number.
But I think it's very telling.
Far left
how
and
this all
place.
works.
And then I'm going to click bottom left and look, this is Gabby. So Gabby, your organization is already growing. You want to get your people positioned here because now these people are already.
To be fair, Jelly, so
So
are
if you
we.
want to put a person on the far left, you're going to have to go down to the bottom and drop them at the bottom. And that is the blessing, right? That volume rolls up for the binary volume, but you still have to get your own organization going for QEV, qualifying enrollment volume. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up here to the top.
Notice there's no E at the end.
And I'm up here with Malvina. This is Malvina right here. And now I want to place underneath Jacqueline underneath the far right-hand side. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this ID number, copy.
Jacqueline was registered twice. I think it's the last registration that counts.
I wonder which one.
They already come with a leg on
one. Let me tell you.
What's her email?
Her email. Okay, let me tell you. Just a minute.
Oh my.
1 sec.
Maybe you should have planned this
Sorry
out a little
about
bit, Megan. You know?
Thanks, guys, for staying on, and we're about to hop off. Put a 2 in the chat if this is making sense for you guys. And if you don't know how to place your people, please don't do it wrong. Just call me on the phone and I'll show you how to do it. Okay? Because once you place them, they're there. So if you do have people in your holding tank and you want me to help you get them out. But it's super simple. Binary tree view. Here's the holding tank right here. And then you're going to place your people far left. Now, let's say you don't have anybody in your downline right now and you don't know which is the power leg. Then it really doesn't matter. You could ask your sponsor and say, hey, which leg are you potentially going to be building on? And they will know because they're going to scroll up and know which leg their sponsor's building on. So right now, Malvina, your power leg is the left side. This is the leg where everybody's kind of building. Now you're starting your own power leg. You got to be me to your people, which you are, because you're already starting a whole nother power leg on the right side.
Okay. So it's EJ45 at gmail.com.
Got it. Okay. So now I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click Jacqueline. I'm going to put in that person's ID number. But now, guys, do I want to go left or right? Okay. What would I put right here if I'm going down here?
Far right.
Far right. Okay. I'm going to mute you for a second, Malvina, because you got a little background noise. So I'm going to put right and I'm going to click place. And then booyah, watch. When I click this button, here's Jacqueline. I'm going to click this I. And you guys are going to see, let's see. Uh-oh, 1 second. Let me scroll on up here. Freedom, let's see, far right.
This is how hard she works, guys.
Uh-oh.
This is her working super duper hard.
Hey, and you want to buy my stuff?
No.
What's wrong? Don't you want my junk?
Make sure that person's
Make
correct.
6 figures in 6 weeks.
Was that Charlene's name?
Make 6 figures in 6 weeks. Join my team.
Yeah, so she's right here on the far side.
Hey, Violet. That scam.
Okay, so does that make sense, everybody? A2 in the chat if that makes sense, and then I gotta hop off. Wait, Malvina, does that make sense?
Whoop that scam.
Yes.
Now, technically, if you click on somebody's name and it's in the first couple like lineages, it will give you a placement option. Never place on the inside. So can you see how I would actually have to scroll down and take this person's ID number to place them? Right? So
This
again,
is
if you
what I was
guys need
talking
help
about
with
when I
that,
said
just let me
Ash's
know.
ecosystem.
Let's focus. Everybody put a
Yes.
4 in the chat. Focus on getting your 4. How do you do it? By any means necessary. Hyper launch your business, multiple launches. If you feel like I don't have anybody to talk to, humbug, right? There's a gazillion people out here drinking coffee. Not everybody wants to get inside of the financial markets, but look for those people who are looking to make some extra income. But please professionally sort them. If you do a launch like this, you don't have to talk to everybody all day long. You can just invite everybody to your private call and collect your yeses, nos, and maybes all at the same time. If you would like for me to help you guys, my phone number is 317-796-4361. My calendar is filling up. So we have a call tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. We have another call Thursday at 1 and Wednesday, Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to make you guys a pretty flyer. David does a call every Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So we can plug in there as well. And then later on, we're going to be plugging into Stefan's Executive Island. He just hit 50,000 in volume, 10,000 a month in income.
Luckily, like we don't really have to. I think
he does those on Thursdays. So just look out for the calendar. Thank you guys so much for being on here for an hour and 22 minutes. And
Megan, before you go, what about the trading training?
It's plug into what Connectiv has. Are you talking about with VYB?
Yes. No.
We're going to talk about that stuff later. So we're going to be doing some things on our own team, not this week. Our focus this week is heavily on making sure everybody is plugged in. You guys get your money back. And then with our team, we're going to be doing some extra stuff for you guys as well when it comes to trading, just so that you are able to understand what's going on in Connectiv, but also potentially make some extra income as well. But the focus right now is on these goals. So get plugged in and hyper launch your business. So peace and blessings. I got to go, guys. I'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock. Bring me 5 to 10, 10 to 15 souls. We'll professionally sort them. Some will, some won't. So what next? Get them on the call at 8 o'clock tonight. Peace and blessings, everybody.
Peace and blessings, everybody. All right, we got some messages in there at least. We got some messages in there. Said, just a reminder, VYB iGenius and Connectiv all come from the same parent company, InvestView, a company that's already been sued by the SEC for selling unregistered securities and misleading investors. So when reps try to say we're publicly traded, so we're legit, which is what she was trying to say, we'll get to that in a second, that doesn't erase their history or the risks. Publicly traded companies can still use deceptive MLM tactics and they can still get in trouble with regulators. Always look at the behavior, not the branding. You know, because I usually just say, this is a scam. This is a really big scam. So I wanted to make it about that. She was going on and on and on about how it is publicly traded. David Amonati does this as well. But here's the thing. Even though they keep saying we're publicly traded, they're saying that to say that they're legit. Right? Like, they're like, we're not like the other MLMs. We're actually publicly traded. So that makes us a legit company. Being publicly traded only means that your company sells shares on a public exchange, okay? It does not mean that regulators approve of their business model. It does not mean that they're ethical. And it definitely doesn't mean they're not a scam. Lots and lots of shady companies are publicly traded, especially on tiny penny stock exchanges with almost no oversight. And here's the part that they never mentioned during any of these damn presentations. Like I said in my little message, and like we'll get into, InvestView, the company behind iGenius and Connectiv, because Connectiv is iGenius, has already been sued by the SEC for things like selling unregistered securities and misleading investors. So clearly being publicly traded didn't stop them from getting into serious legal trouble the last time. All right? So, like, I don't understand. This is a psychological trick. They know that most people out here don't understand how stock listings work, so they throw it out there to sound official. And this merger is not growth, it's camouflage, which we will get into. But at the end of the day, being publicly traded doesn't erase lawsuits, it doesn't erase SEC actions, and it doesn't magically make an MLM legitimate. By the way, if the strongest argument a company has is, we're publicly traded, to show they're legitimate, that should tell you every single thing that you need to know about that company. You shouldn't need to know anything else. So, you know, just make sure that you kind of realize that. Now, there's been a few developments lately in iGenius, and I think that we should get into it. First, I would like to read to you the article that I wrote, because if you're just watching this live stream about this, you are probably very confused as to what the heck is going on right now. What is going on? What is this place? What's happening? So I wrote this article, VYB iGenius Peptide Coffee and a Manipulative Rank Up. And we kind of talked about this all in my latest streams about this, right? Because when we last covered VYB on this website on deheck.com, it had just relaunched for the second time that year. Megan and Reagan Lynch promised stability, momentum, and a new era for the brand. But after that December relaunch, nothing happened. No growth, no traction, no meaningful updates, and then in mid-January, the first sign of another pivot quietly appeared. I talk about how the We Are Merging website came to be. Because before any official announcement, before any leadership call, before any hype, a website quietly appeared online, wearemerging.com. It wasn't vague, mysterious, or coded the way MLM funnels usually are. There was no big news coming, no countdown clock, no cryptic branding meant to stir curiosity. Instead, the site was bluntly titled, The Merge, Build Your Future, and it said the quiet part out loud. The language on the site didn't dance around possibilities or tease potential partnerships. It explicitly named iGenius and David Amoniti. I thought that's how you say his name. She said it Amonitier or something earlier. It was weird. This framed the transition as a coordinated, structured merge between VYB iGenius and Amoniti's leadership ecosystem, which is basically IM Mastery. The branding tied the three together as though the deal had already been finalized, the paperwork already signed, and the integration already underway. The site includes a live call link that leads to their Zoom webinars, a sponsor field, and a distributor capture form. The kind of infrastructure you only build when a transition is not just planned, but already in motion. And the way Amoniti was positioned on the site made it clear he wasn't a guest speaker or an outside collaborator. He was central to the narrative woven directly into the identity of the merge itself. The page even featured what I can only describe as a David Amoniti promotional video. As in, he was hyping up himself. And if you watch my last video on VYB and everything that was going on, you're actually going to see that video. Megan had played it for us. Namaste. Emonitier. Emonitier? Is that how you say it? I'm never going to get it right. I'll never get it right. But this wasn't rumor. This wasn't speculation. This wasn't a maybe. The website itself confirmed the merge before VYB leadership ever addressed it publicly. In other words, this website revealed that the merge was already planned, structured, and branded, long before VYB distributors were told anything. The website was the first breadcrumb that made this undeniable. Right? Once the We Are Merging website shows up, you're like, oh, okay, well, the merge is upon us. All right? Yes, Jelly Snack helped me edit this. So the webinar that confirmed everything, which we covered on my channel, and I linked to the coverage here. That's what the link is on January 25th. The link for this article is in my description right now. I can also put it in the chat in case you want to, go in and comment on it and tell me how VYB is not a scam. On January 25th, VYB finally broke its silence. After weeks of speculation and the sudden appearance of the website, the company held a webinar to explain what the merge actually meant. Megan and Reagan Lynch appeared on screen, poised and upbeat, ready to walk their field through what was being framed as a major new chapter for the company. Joining them was David Imonitier, a name that carries weight in MLM circles. His presence alone signaled that this wasn't a casual collaboration. Imoniti is known for his prosperity gospel tone, his polished stage presence, and his ability to sell vision with the confidence of someone who has spent years headlining convention stages. His career has taken him through many MLM companies and a string of personal development ventures, always with the same high energy, motivational cadence that has become synonymous with MLM leadership culture. On this Zoom call, he played that role effortlessly. One person notably absent from the panel was Andre Russell, who had already shifted his focus to promoting ACashX. His absence in VYB has never been addressed, and on this night, the call moved forward as though he had never been there. Throughout the webinar, Megan and David spoke with a unified voice. They described the transition as a partnership, two companies coming together, combining strengths, merging ecosystems, and building something bigger than either could accomplish alone. The tone was warm, minus a couple of Megan's facial expressions. It was collaborative and confident. The message was unified, and the overall impression was that this merge represented stability, growth, and a shared future. For distributors watching, the call framed iGenius as a natural partner, a company with tools, systems, and a global reach that VYB could now access through this new collaboration. It set the stage for understanding who iGenius was and why this partnership was being positioned as a step forward. So who is iGenius? To understand why the January 25th webinar framed the merge as a strategic partnership, it helps to understand what iGenius actually is. iGenius is a financial education MLM owned by InvestView. And it's InvestView that is a publicly traded company. We make that very clear. It is not iGenius. It is not Connectiv. It is not VYB. That is the publicly traded company. It's InvestView, which granted owns all of those companies and the iMarkets and / IM Mastery and all that, yeah. But, you know, it's manipulative how they frame this thing being publicly traded, is my point. So InvestView is a publicly traded company that has built its brand around trading tools, market analysis, and subscription-based access to financial content. Instead of selling physical products, iGenius sells access, monthly memberships that promise education, alerts, and tools related to crypto, forex, and market trends. The pricing structure is tiered, with memberships ranging from entry-level packages to high-ticket subscriptions that can cost hundreds of dollars per month. The higher the tier, the more tools a distributor can access, and the more volume they generate for the compensation plan. This model has made iGenius distinct from wellness-based MLMs, but it has also drawn scrutiny. Critics have long questioned whether the value of education matches the cost, and whether the real incentive lies in recruiting others into the subscription system rather than in the tools themselves. iGenius has also faced controversy over the years. Its parent company, InvestView, has been the subject of regulatory attention, and the trading education space itself has been criticized for encouraging high-risk speculation among beginners. The company has absorbed multiple teams from other MLMs, often during periods of collapse or restructuring, which has contributed to its reputation as a landing place for displaced leaders looking for a new home for their downlines. iGenius rebrands to Connectiv, you know? Violet says, I'm in catch-up. I can't believe they're trying to sell Be Your Own Financial Advisor. I know, right? Right? Should email this to Megan. I should. But she never responded to my last email. Not much fight in that one, I guess. I was a little disappointed, you know. She went back and forth with Danny so much. I was like, how come I don't get that? So in late 2023, iGenius underwent a full corporate rebrand and emerged under a new name, Connectiv. And I want to point out again, there's no E, but in all of Megan's slideshows, she spells it Connectiv with an E at the end. And that just makes me giggle a little bit because I'm like, you couldn't even make sure you spelt it correctly. Come on now. The shift wasn't just cosmetic. The company updated its visual identity, refreshed its messaging, and repositioned itself as a broader financial empowerment platform rather than a trading education MLM. The rebrand emphasized community technology and global reach, themes that have been part of iGenius's marketing for years, but now packaged under a more modern tech-forward identity. Despite the new name, the core structure remained the same. Connectiv continued offering tiered subscription packages for financial education, market alerts, and crypto-related tools, with pricing that ranged from entry-level memberships to high-ticket monthly plans. The compensation model also stayed intact, relying on recruitment-driven volume and subscription renewals rather than retail product sales. For distributors, the rebrand functioned less as a transformation and more of a continuation of the same business model under a new banner. The rebrand also highlighted the company's leadership ecosystem, including figures like David, who had long been involved in guiding teams and shaping the motivational culture around the opportunity. His presence during the VYB transition aligned naturally with Connectiv's updated branding, positioning himself as a familiar, influential voice within the new named organization. Even if on the weareemerging.com website, the company is still referred to as iGenius. And I show you a screenshot where it literally says what iGenius is building. iGenius is a financial technology-driven education consumer products platform designed to help individuals unlock their potential through innovative tools, training products, and global entrepreneurial community. Read announcement. Then we get into who David Amonatiaye truly is. When David appears on a webinar, it's never just a cameo. His name comes with a long trail of companies, collapses, lawsuits, and rebrands that matter deeply to anyone trying to understand what this merge really represents. Imonity first became widely known through Organo Gold, a mushroom-based coffee MLM that leaned heavily on lifestyle marketing and prosperity messaging. It was also one of the first MLM companies I spoke out about back in 2019. There he built a reputation as a charismatic recruiter and motivational figure, someone who could fill hotel ballrooms and sell the dream of financial freedom. That early success set the template for what would follow: big stages, big promises, and big downlines. He later emerged as one of the top earners and promoters inside iMarkets Live, which rebranded as IM Mastery Academy, and more recently, IOVIA. You may have seen that on my community tab, I have been posting up updates to an FTC case with IOVIA. So, they're in all kinds of trouble from every which way, this company. I've linked the information too in the article so that you can deep dive it yourself if you want to. This was a Forex and crypto education MLM that the FTC would eventually sue for over $1 billion in alleged fraud, accusing the company and its leadership of deceiving consumers about trading results and income potential. Imonatiaye was part of the ecosystem that helped build that machine, particularly targeting Black communities with wealth-building rhetoric and trading education that, according to multiple investigations, I link one to you again, because there's a few of them mentioned up here, did not live up to the hype. When his time with IM Mastery Academy ended, he didn't disappear. They never do they? Instead, he resurfaced as the co-founder of Envision You. I'm sure you're wondering where the health and wellness part came from, right? A company widely described as a spin-off created by top IM Mastery Academy earners. Envision You launched in 2022 with a familiar model. Digital education, trading style positioning, and later supplements and travel bolted on to keep the opportunity fresh. IM Mastery Academy sued Imonatiaye and others, alleging they had resigned or been terminated, and then conspired to recruit its distributors into Envision You and directly compete in the same space. By late 2025, Envision You itself had collapsed. Reporting at the time documented that Imonatiaye had effectively sold out his Envision You field to iGenius, appearing in promotions welcoming him as a new leader and suggesting he was now aligned with iGenius promoter Anthony Napolitano. to pitch the company to former EnvisionU promoters. In other words, yet another team migration. One company implodes and the downline is steered into the next vehicle. Layered on top of this are legal and contractual disputes, including a business lawsuit filed against Amanatier himself in Nevada, in 2022, tied to International Markets Inc., which further illustrates how often his name appears at the center of high-stakes, high-dollar conflicts in this space. The sudden coffee pivot! We gotta do it. Vehicle, you say? I know. That's probably why they use the planes and the cars and the boats and legs. Yes, that counts. Why not? Why not? They're all vehicles. When Bass Grant took this to the screen on February 4th to introduce My Alive Coffee, the presentation marked a sharp turn from everything VYB and iGenius had been positioning themselves as. The presentation, which I linked to you, my reaction to it, we covered it here on my channel, was drenched in hype. This coffee, they said, was going to be huge. It was the next wave. It was the opportunity distributors have been waiting for. After months of branding centered around financial literacy, crypto tools, and market education, the new flagship product was suddenly a consumable. A peptide-infused, bold black coffee with a price tag that immediately set it apart from anything you'd find on a store shelf. A single bag of My Alive coffee was listed at $69.99 US, a price point that would be unthinkable in any retail environment outside of an MLM compensation structure. But the real numbers came from the packages. The starter option pushed the cost well into triple digits, and the larger builder or promoter packs, which is what, of course, distributors are always expected to buy, the ones positioned as the best choice for anyone who wanted to launch their business, right, climbed even higher. These weren't curated wellness kits or multi-product bundles. They were simply multiple bags of the same coffee stacked into increasingly expensive tiers. The pricing alone raised questions. Coffee is one of the most commoditized products in the world, and even premium specialty roasts rarely approach the cost of a single bag of My Alive. The justification, of course, was the peptides. It was being positioned as the next major revenue stream for distributors who had spent the past year selling financial education. The pivot was abrupt. 1 week, VYB was a trading-focused opportunity preparing to merge with a financial education company. The next, its field was being introduced to a high-priced consumable with wellness branding and a compensation-friendly price structure. For many distributors, it was the first tangible product they had seen in months. Something physical to hold, sample, and sell. And for a moment, that was enough. The field buzzed with excitement, posting screenshots of their orders and speculating about the product's potential. Now the merge really appeared legitimate. The coffee appeared to be a part of the new ecosystem, and the field believed they were stepping into a larger, more stable opportunity. The real reveal was still 2 days away. Peptides in coffee! What the science actually says. I am not a scientist. I am not a doctor. I am just someone with severe autism, lots of time, who loves to research these topics on the internet. And I read a lot of the Journal of Molecular Sciences, medical health journals, and articles, and all that great fun medical journalistic stuff. I don't know if I put it any dumber. The central selling point of My Alive coffee is its peptide infusion. Marketed as a wellness booster, an energy enhancer, and a performance aid, but the scientific literature does not support the claims being made in MLM marketing. I repeat, the scientific and medical literature does not support the claims being made in MLM marketing. A 2024 review, all right? And honestly, I'll show it to you. It's from the National Library of Medicine. I spent about half of my time on this website. All right, I'm not linking you to some random post, okay? You can read the entire thing yourself, I promise you. But they published in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences, examined the stability, absorption, and bioavailability of orally consumed peptides, and found that most peptides are broken down during digestion, which, if you think about what happens during digestion to food in your body, that should make sense to you, that there's stomach acid going on. You know, the peptides, the coffee, because it's in coffee form here, you drink it and then it goes through a whole bunch of processes before it ever even reaches your like bloodstream. You know what I'm saying? So most peptides are broken down during the digestion process, losing their structure long before they could exert any targeted biological effect. If they lose their structure, they are no longer able to do that. The authors note that peptides face significant enzymatic degradation in the gastrointestinal tract, and only a very small subset, typically those specifically engineered for pharmaceutical delivery, which MLMs cannot do because the products are not FDA approved and they are not sold as a drug, by the way, show any meaningful absorption at all. So what they're saying is we have to make peptides specifically for this and put it in a drug in order for you to be able to orally take peptides and have them work for you. And even then, by the time that they could do anything for you, your stomach acid and all of that stuff has already attacked it so much that, you know, it might not work then. But if it is going to work, it has to be something that we literally do up in a lab for oral consumption. Which means a bunch of medical scientists would have to get together and create this. And then that means it would have to be considered a drug. And then it would have to be FDA approved, which literally MLMs will not do. They will not do it. Instead, they'll just throw some peptides in a supplement and then tell you that it does the same thing as if you were taking like something that, you know, these guys came up with. Actual scientists made. It's like, no, it's not the same thing. The vast majority of peptides do not survive the digestive process intact, and certainly not in a hot beverage like coffee. Even less of a chance if they're being given to you in a hot beverage. The study concludes that oral peptide products marketed for general wellness lack evidence for real-world efficacy, especially when consumed casually rather than in controlled clinical formulations. This means the peptide claims surrounding My Life Coffee are not grounded in credible science. They are marketing language, not medical fact, and they mirror a long pattern in MLMs of attaching trendy biochemical buzzwords to everyday products to justify inflated pricing and recurring auto ships. Then we get to the rank up that exposed the truth. I'm going to still drink my overpriced coffee that tastes like dirt. No, I can't hear you. No pep in my coffee? It won't work. So 2 days after the peptide coffee webinar, the entire narrative surrounding the merge cracked open. Not because of an official announcement, not because of a leadership call, but because of a single graphic quietly circulating through group chats and Telegram channels. It was a celebration post. Megan Lynch, Diamond Executive, iGenius. For anyone outside the MLM world, that might sound just like another title, but inside iGenius, Diamond Executive isn't a starter rank. It isn't something you stumble into. It represents a massive amount of team volume, the kind of volume that normally takes months or years to build, even for seasoned recruiters. Except Megan hadn't been in iGenius for months. She had been there for days. That's when everything snapped into focus, because Megan didn't join iGenius as a new distributor. She didn't start from zero. She didn't build a team inside the new company. She didn't climb the ranks through the system she was now promoting. She brought an entire company with her. VYB, the team she had spent over a year building, relaunching, rebranding, and rallying, had been quietly funneled into iGenius beneath her position. Every recruit, every leg, every leader, every volume-producing promoter she had accumulated through VYB was now sitting under her in a completely different company. And that's how you hit Diamond Executive in a weekend. The merge suddenly made sense. Not as a partnership, which, by the way, there's the image again, if you didn't see it last time. Not as a partnership, not as a collaboration, not as two companies joining forces, but as a migration, a transfer, a downline relocation, a structural shift designed to position Megan at the top of a new compensation plan with instant rank, instant authority, and instant credibility she could leverage to recruit even more people. This wasn't a merge, it was a takeover. And the rank up was the receipt. And I would like to add that Megan's saying today on her webinar that she's no longer the owner anymore, so she can say whatever she wants, is even more of a receipt than I had when I published this article. So I think it's a good stream to share this article on, you know? You can throw that in there too. Because she literally said today, I am not the owner of the company anymore. So she either sold VYB to them and they bought it off of her. Maybe that's how she afforded that apartment. Huh? Because I think the other money probably went towards her tour. And like either that happened or she's literally just shut down VYB. And now they're just in iGenius Connectiv. You know what I'm saying? Right? Then who is? Well, she doesn't run a company anymore. She's just an upline in one now. But it's like, okay, but you still have the VYB website and claimed it was going to be for your team. So I don't know, whatever. But what made this moment even more revealing was something Megan herself said earlier that week on a training call. That the VYB business ecosystem, this part, the systems, the funnels, the training, the culture would now be used to train her iGenius team. At the time, it sounded like integration. After the rank up graphic, it read like confirmation. VYB wasn't merging into iGenius, VYB was being absorbed into iGenius. And Megan was the one benefiting from this absorption. For the average distributor, the implications were stark. They hadn't joined iGenius. They hadn't agreed to switch companies. They hadn't chosen a new compensation plan. They hadn't signed up to be a part of a financial education MLM with a history of absorbing collapsing teams and legal scrutiny. They were moved quietly, strategically, and without transparency to inflate the rank of the person at the top. This is the part of MLMs that rarely gets said out loud. Leadership migrations are not about opportunity, they're about leverage. A leader with a downline is a commodity. A leader with a downline in motion is a bargaining chip. And a leader who can move hundreds of people at once is someone companies will reward instantly because they're not rewarding the leader. They're rewarding the volume. The February 6th rank up wasn't an achievement. It was a transaction. And again, we just proved it even more so today. It exposed the truth that had been hidden behind the merge narrative, the webinars, the hype, and the peptide coffee. Distraction, which is what I think it is. VYB didn't merge with iGenius. VYB was used to help rebuild iGenius and Megan's rank overnight because they are taking this as a new Connectiv relaunch. And if you weren't paying attention, that company started in like 2023. So like, why would you relaunch? What do you mean you're launching? It's 3 years later. You've been around for how? What? You know? Yeah, the company. It's Megan's superpower leg. That's right. Exactly. Once the truth of the February 6th rank up settled in, the entire timeline snapped into place with a clarity that was impossible to ignore. I like that line. It makes me sound like I'm reading a comic book or something. I don't know. It reminded me of like old Sim City or something. What had been presented as a partnership was, in reality, a migration. What had been framed as a merge was, in practice, a transfer of bodies. A downline relocation that benefited one person at the top while everyone beneath her was left to navigate a new company, a new compensation plan, and a new identity that they never signed up for. It's so weird, but it's true. Like your whole identity has to be different now. You're not VYB anymore, you know? This part of MLM culture exposes the machinery behind the motivational speeches and the glossy branding. Companies don't merge because of synergy. They merge because of volume. Leaders don't migrate because of opportunity. They migrate because of leverage. And distributors don't follow because they believe in the vision. They follow because they're told the alternative is failure. In the case of VYB, the pattern is unmistakable. Not unmistakable. See my last stream to get that joke. A company that relaunched twice in a year suddenly merged into a financial education MLM with a history of absorbing collapsing teams. A new product, peptide coffee, appeared just long enough to distract the field. And then within 48 hours, the person orchestrating the transition appeared at the top of a new compensation plan with a rank that would take the average distributor months or years to achieve if they ever achieved it at all. I need to stress this is a rank that most people do not achieve. It's high up. Most people don't get that. Especially if you're joining down at the bottom and you're not taking a whole company with you. This is not empowerment. This is not leadership. This is not entrepreneurship. It is a structural maneuver designed to preserve the power of the person at the top, while the people beneath absorb her risk. As a consumer protection advocate, I cannot stress this enough. If a company cannot maintain stability for more than a few months at a time, if its leadership repeatedly pivots into new opportunities, and if its compensation structure rewards migration over merit, it is not a sustainable business model. It is a revolving door of hype cycles, each one shorter than the last, each one more desperate than the one before it. If you are someone considering joining VYB iGenius or anything connected to the merge, you deserve transparency. You deserve honesty. You deserve to know that the person recruiting you may already be positioned at the top of a structure you will spend years trying to climb. You deserve to know that the product being sold to you, whether it's trading, education, or peptide-infused coffee, is not the real commodity. You are. This is human trafficking legally. The truth is simple. This is not a stable opportunity. This is not a transparent organization. This is not a path to financial freedom. It is a collapsing MLM ecosystem held together by hype, pivots, and leadership decisions that benefit the few at the top while everyone else is told to trust the process. And remember, no matter how many times they say it, no matter how many Zoom webinars they host, no matter how many graphics they post, vibing with peptide coffee won't fix your finances, your future, or your life. And that is what is going on here. And I am very, very glad that we caught that today. Her saying that on the live stream, that basically she doesn't own VYB anymore. That is very fucking good. You know, like that just adds to like where we were going with this. What we were thinking was happening basically has been 100% confirmed now. So we were right again. It happens a lot here. I'm starting to think maybe I'm psychic. What do you guys think? I think something's gonna happen. Everyone tells me I'm crazy and I'm wrong, and then like a few years later it happens, and then I get to be like, "See, I was right about that." Sometimes it takes days. Thank you, Jelly Snack, for the super sticker, $9.99. But if you thought we were done, you thought we were done picking on iGenius. We are not done picking on iGenius yet today. No, we are not. We are not. Because as all of this has been going on, and as we've been dealing with all of this drama with Megan and iGenius / Connectiv and David Amonati, says, hey, this happened. That's right. iGenius promoter fined $15,000 Canadian out of Quebec. And what I'm going to do is in the chat right now, I am going to link the actual official AMF, their, what's it called? Their announcement. My brain stopped working for a second there. My ADHD kicked in for a second. Hold on. Their public announcement of everything that happened with this. If just in case, you know, you want to go and read it on the AMF website for yourself. But as you can see here, Sabrina, Sire Vidal, whatever, Sabrina here, has been fined $15,000 Canadian for promoting iGenius in Quebec. As disclosed in parent company InvestView's SEC filings, because, you know, they're going through SEC stuff, Quebec's Autorité des Marchés Financiers, AMF, initiated securities fraud proceedings against iGenius and Sabrina in 2024. And here is a quote. Later in 2024, we and one of our independent distributors received an enforcement action from the financial regulators in Quebec, Canada, known as the Autorité des Marchés Financiers, the AMF, in which they challenged certain inappropriate marketing communications they characterized as inappropriate, made by this particular distributor, and as well alleged that iGenius was inappropriately engaging in regulated securities activity without being appropriately registered to do so in Quebec. I'm kind of loving the AMF right now. Like they've been like going hard. They've been going hard the last several months here. I find myself, like every week at least, I'm posting once or twice on my community tab about the AMF here, cracking down on some pyramid scheme for us. It's beautiful. I'm loving it. Keep up the fabulous work. InvestView settled with the AMF in 2025. The settlement saw InvestView agree to pay a $15,000 Canadian fine and block Quebec residents from accessing iGenius. So that's right. If you are in Quebec and you were like, that VYB thing sounds really cool, I want to join under Megan, you can't. You won't be able to log into your account. Maybe you need to know that. Maybe Megan and Connectiv should be telling people that. But they'll still take people's money and not tell them that. And then when the person's having login issues, be like, oh, well, sorry. And then when they're like, well, can I get a refund? They'll be like, no, you did that first call with me, so you don't get a refund now. That's the trick, by the way. That's the trick in the MLM. They say you need to have a call with them, and then they can officially keep your money and not refund you after that. Otherwise, they're supposed to refund you if you want to leave by law, especially here in Canada, by law. So Sabrina was signaled out by the AMF as a top iGenius promoter targeting Quebec residents. Here it is, an article from Business for Home, our favorite propaganda site, where it says top iGenius leaders host successful French-Canadian event. According to an iGenius press release, on August 19th, 2022, 4 iGenius leaders hosted an event for the French-Canadian teams. During this event, hundreds of attendees had the opportunity to learn about the different financial markets. The event highlighted mindset, habits, motivation versus dedication, and consistency in business building. Attendees learned tips to launching a successful business and how to onboard new customers. Sounds riveting. A powerhouse panel composed of top leaders and team members with the most attendees answered questions. I'm sure that they didn't actually answer anyone's actual question. Provided training. Yeah, we've seen the training. And gave testimonials about the iGenius products and opportunity. So the AMF accused Sabrina of having conducted or assisted in conducting a distribution without a prospectus and of having acted as a broker or advisor without being registered as such. Because you cannot, I stress, you cannot be a financial advisor in many places without the correct certification and licenses. Something else that they will not tell you, as they have you going and posting all over the internet, that you are now a financial advisor for their MLM company. And by the way, this just proves to you that when it really comes down to it, you're on the hook for what you post, not the company. They'll set you loose. They probably fired this girl and they were like, yeah, no, we don't support that. Sue her all by herself. Fuck her. That's what they do. They'll just take your whole team from you. They don't care. Promoting unregistered securities is typically also illegal in jurisdictions where offering unregistered securities is illegal. Yeah. Sabrina didn't contest the AMF's charges, leading to a tribunal decision approving sanctions on December 5th, 2025. Given Sabrina Sayre-Vidal's acquiescence to the introductory pleading filed against her, the Financial Markets Tribunal, TMF, prohibited her from engaging in any activity related to securities transactions. It also prohibited her from acting as a broker or investment advisor. Finally, the TMF imposed an administrative penalty of $15,000 on Miss Sayre-Vidal. For their part, iGenius immediately threw her under the bus after the AMF made contact. There she is in all her glory. Poor girl. From InvestView's previously cited 2025 SEC filing. In discussions with the AMF, it became clear that the focus of their inquiry was on certain touting of financial results by this particular distributor, which we concluded was unauthorized and in violation of our own internal policies, and we terminated the distributor. Yep. They went, nope. Even with a compliance team, I might add. Because again, if they have a compliance team and they're an MLM and you're out here doing illegal things, I've already explained, the regulatory authority will go to the MLM and they will say, is this your fault? Are you not doing compliance properly and ensuring that everyone follows compliance and the rules and the laws? Or is this something that they're doing despite of that? 99.99% of the time, the MLM is going to say, we're doing everything legally. It's not all on us. Oh no, we're not responsible. We've told them to stop and they just keep posting it. So then the regulatory agency says, okay, well then you have to let that person go to show us that you don't support what they've been doing. And then the company won't get as big of a fine. And they'll separate it like they did here, and they'll go after the company only for what they can go after them for, which will probably give them a lesser fine than if they were also going after them for this. And then poor Sabrina, by herself now, with no income, because her income was the company, will now have to pay for a lawyer, show up to tribunals and courts. Who knows how long it could go? It depends what you're getting in trouble for. She's lucky that they did this in a tribunal. You know, there's been cases where somebody has been sued in federal court, millions of dollars, after they were let go like this. And that's why I say, like, you don't go around making illegal income claims, medical claims, doing any of these things. Like, you still have to follow the law, even if your MLM isn't. Because trust me, they won't have your back. At all. She doesn't appear to have promoted iGenius unregistered investment schemes any differently than promoters elsewhere in the world. There it is. This woman, Jelly says. Hello, Nani. Good to see you. So, like, literally, again, she's just doing what everyone is. But they needed a fall person, and then they needed a way to be like, see, it's not because of us. We're not doing anything wrong. It's all on that one distributor. You know? Sucks. Following InvestView's run-in with Canadian authorities and coinciding with a $4 million pyramid scheme fine from Poland last month, iGenius is being rebooted as Connectiv. Oh no, Oz, you did it here too. There's no E. Connectiv will see InvestView pivot from securities and commodities fraud to selling diamonds and nutritional supplements. Are you excited for that? So yeah, here's the actual thing. As you can see, the TMF imposed an administrative penalty of $15,000. You know? Sad to see. Sad to see. And this is one of the reasons why I speak out about these things. Because I'm like, imagine you just joining a little company where you think you're going to be selling some pep coffee. All right? You're selling peptide coffee. You're posting up what they're telling you to post. Megan is telling you to post up that this coffee is like healthy for you and it will fix all of your DNA or something, okay? And then literally something like the AMF comes knocking at your door and at the company's door. Then all of a sudden, you are being fined thousands and thousands of dollars, and the company is letting you go because you followed their instructions. But they don't want to get as big of a fine as you can get. I mean, they've already been fined a bunch of times, right? They just got fined over $1 billion. What do you mean? So, you know, this is the harm. And this is the harm that they can cause that they don't warn you about. Which is why people like me exist out in this space to give you the warnings. So I think that was a great stream to watch because it also kind of gave you guys an inside look into how these MLM Huns move their teams around, into how the ecosystems usually look. Because I know when we were covering on Passive, there were so many times where I was like, Ash's ecosystem doesn't have that part. The part where you can move your legs around and where you build your team and you decide where people go and all of that. That's what I was talking about, what Megan showed us. We got to prove that she either sold VYB or it's just really no more. Like, it's just all going to be Connectiv now. And we got to discuss how being a publicly traded company does not automatically legitimize you. Unfortunately, for, you know, Megan and everyone else, I guess, that keeps using that. Because, I mean, then you got Ash Mufareh doing the other thing, where he's like, I'm a private trading company. I'm allowed to run. You know, whatever they can say, right? Whatever they can say to legitimize themselves. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to catch the live stream at 8 p.m. I'm thinking it's going to be very similar to the one that we saw today. So I might record it, and then if there is anything going on then that I find important, then maybe we'll talk about it. I'll see how it goes. But I hope that all of you have a fabulous, amazing rest of your MLM Monday. Happy MLM Monday. I didn't really have a chance to do an intro because she was starting off as soon as I was getting set up. But happy MLM Monday, the day where you watch all of your favorite anti-multi-level marketing creators. Make sure that you go and watch all of my friends and have a fabulous rest of your day. I might see you later. But